What's up, guys? On this episode, I'm going to show you the top 5 things that I have to have in my herp room. Check it out. Alright, so number 1 is going to be, since I'm a feeding card kind of guy, I'm a little old-fashioned. One of the biggest things I have to have in my room are pens. I can never have enough of them. As you can see, Sharpies are always nice to have around. I like the Sharpie fine points a lot for pens, and then I have some regular ink ones. You can never have enough of them. I use them for freaking everything. Whether it's marking tubs, marking cards, marking anything I need to. If I'm cutting PVC for something, mark them. Everything, literally. Like, if you come in my room, you'll see there's literally pens everywhere, and it's because I always need them. Number 2 is going to be blades. An X-Acto knife comes in handy for all kinds of stuff. I mostly use it for if I'm cutting pinky heads for snakes like the baby chondros, or cutting mouse tails for anything that needs to be fed mouse tails. The X-Acto knife comes in handy a lot. And then something else that I use almost more than that is just a regular, I guess this would be considered like a fishing knife, but I use this for all kinds of stuff too. I use it for cutting open boxes. I use it for cutting off, trimming off pieces of PVC from stuff that I've cut. It's so handy to just have one of these around for whatever you need it for. Number 3 is going to be a flashlight. This is one of those things that I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. If I'm feeding, trying to get these baby green trees to eat in the dark, I'm using a flashlight. Anytime I need to look into a hide in like the dart frogs or something without tearing up the tank, look under there with a flashlight. This is just a cheap one from Dollar Tree. It's not the best, but for what I need it for, it does the job. Number 4, a Brita Pilcher. A Brita Pitcher. This is handy. I was one of those people that was buying gallons of water on a weekly basis, and then my buddy Luke Myers told me about doing this. For $20, you can get one of these Brita Pitchers. I haven't had any issues so far. Like the water here is pretty hard, so there's a lot of minerals and stuff in it. This kind of takes some of that out, so this is really handy to have. It is kind of a pain because when I'm feeding, I have to go and refill it about 1 billion times. Other than that, saving myself a good chunk of money every year, probably easily a couple $100 just in water, by just using one of these. And then most importantly and lastly, out of all the things, Bluetooth speaker. I have to have music in the background. This is just one of the Amazon Echoes. You can usually get these at on Black Friday sales on Best Buy or something for about $80. I love this thing. I take it with me to work. I have it here. The battery life is good. I don't listen to too many podcasts while I'm working because I'm usually too focused on what I'm doing to really pay attention to what's being said. But Spotify and Amazon, if I'm in the room working, this thing's on with me. Then another couple bonus items real quick just to touch on. Frontline Spray. This stuff is amazing for mites. Anytime I have a snake come in, whether I see mites or I don't, I usually give them a rub down with this just as a preemptive thing. Works really good. This is probably this works better than the ivermectin solution I was using originally. This stuff you can get on Amazon. It's about, I thought it was maybe $20 or $30 for the bottle, but a little bit definitely goes a long way. This stuff works fantastic for snake mites. I highly recommend it. You won't be able to find it in the stores. I checked. I looked at PetSmart. They don't have it. So Amazon, just go ahead and order it online and get it over with. Next is going to be just a simple little hot glue gun. You never know when you're going to need one of these either. With some of the purchases I've gotten from David Brahms at Specialty Enclosure Designs, when the legs needed to get adhered to the actual frame of the perch, little hot glue fixes it right up. This one I got at a local hardware store for, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 bucks. Just handy to have. Once again, a lot of these things are stuff that I'd rather have and not need than need and not have. Alright, and then the very last thing I'm going to touch on are going to be empty boxes. Stuff like this one that I had some gloves in, Cheez-Its, complete cookies, any little cardboard boxes. If you keep colubrids, I really like to either, I'll put mice in these when I'm feeding with my Baird's rats. Gives them a little bit of stimulation, kind of makes them, it forces them to move a little bit more and hunt for their food. So I'll put a thawed mouse in here and then put it in the tub, and then they can figure it out. I know a lot of you natural guys, this is going to drive you absolutely wild, but these work and they're free most of the time. Cheez-It, same thing. Put a mouse in there, let the bears go wild. One of the Brettles pythons has a Kleenex box, which is similar to this with this opening, and he sits in that thing all the time. So instead of like throwing these away, which when I'm done with them, I will recycle them if they get old and gross. Easy hides. They're cheap, disposable. Something simple. Alright guys, this is going to be a short episode, so I hope it was helpful. Hope you saw some stuff that maybe you'd want to start keeping in your room. The Brita pitcher and the Bluetooth speaker are probably the two most used things in here next to the pens, which are obvious. So, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. Follow me on Facebook at Palmetto Coast Exotics. Follow me on Instagram at Palmetto Coast Exotics. Obviously, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that good stuff, whatever. And I'm gonna get back to making more videos soon. It's been tough. I work like 50 hours a week. I got the 2 podcasts I'm doing, and then I have, you know, a relationship and family outside of all this, outside of caring for everything even, that I have to manage. So obviously, videos aren't terribly high on the list of priorities, but I'm gonna try and crank them out when I can. So, thank you. Subscribe. See you later.